29-yard field goal to win the game against the 8-2 Packers right hash. Joseph, snap, spot, Joseph! Yes, he did! He walked off on the Green Bay Packers, who have lost their first division road game in 3 years. The final score, Minnesota 34, Green Bay 31.
What a difference to have fans present in Minnesota for the Packers game. Last year, the Vikings were carved up by Aaron Rodgers and really had no answer. They got carved up again, though, but they did have the answers. And kudos to Paul Allen for getting the call right of the field goal going through. Good friend of mine. Love the guy. He had that moment earlier against the Cardinals where he said it was good when it wasn't. And with the Viking kickers, you never quite know if it is going to go through, no matter how close it is. But the Vikings with the win. And, Mike, this is the formula. It's every week. Double-digit lead in the second half. Double-digit lead blown. And then can you find a way to pull out the miraculous victory? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's a formula for 9-8 or 8-9 and maybe the 7th seed in the NFC.
When I read this stat about Minnesota, I was a bit shocked. They're the only team in the NFL this year to hold a lead of 7 or more points in every single game. They've been up by 7 points or more. And you're right. I mean, you want to talk about giving your fans a roller coaster ride on what's going on with them. But, boy, just how I talked about Dallas and Kansas City, there's Dak and Mahomes, 0 touchdown passes. These two guys with Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers, 7 touchdown passes between the two of them, 4 for Aaron, 3 for Cousins, and no interceptions. Big plays back and forth. One hits a big play, the other hits a big play. All they're talking about at the end of the game is don't give anybody time left on the clock. And kudos to Minnesota to kick that field goal with just a couple of seconds ago and not give, because you always go to that shot of Aaron Rodgers just lurking on the sideline. Don't give him a chance with the ball. Don't give him a chance with the ball. But it could have been the other way. Darnell Savage hangs out to that interception in a tie score, and that could have been Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers leading his offense down. The Savage has to be sick this morning. He went up for that pick, and, I mean, he had the pick. And just when he came down, it came loose. I mean, that was a nice interception, went up for it, and right as he came down, he lost possession of it. That should have been Green Bay ball. That was right in his mitts. Had that thing. And as it comes down and hits the ground, that would have been, as I said, Aaron Rodgers going the other way for the win. And it would have been, the Viking fans getting their hearts cut out yet again. But it doesn't go that way. They had something go their way, and they do a nice job of getting a drive that they need to get a game-winning field goal in that game. But what a back and forth, a big plays back and forth for both teams.
Let's hear from Mike Zimmer, coach of the Vikings, on the emotions of the latest Vikings heartbreaker, but at least this week they didn't get their hearts broken. Next week they'll get their hearts broken at the end of a close game. Let's hear from Zimmer.
Sundays are not fun. Sunday, they say Sunday's fun day. It's not at all. It's like I said the other day, every play with this guy is a fight. He trying to, and then. You just hope, when they go down and score in one play that the offense can come back and do what they did. And so, I was proud of them for that.
That 75-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers to Marquez Valdez-Scantling to tie it at 31. All that underscored the message, Mike. Don't leave Aaron Rodgers with a single second on the clock. I mean, this happened so fast, and you're going to take it. Valdez-Scantling isn't going to think, hey, I should go down at the 10 here, and maybe we should, try to score a touchdown and force overtime and not give Minnesota any time to score. You got to run it into the end zone. That's not even a question. But the reality is it gave the Vikings enough time to drive down, and they were wise to not leave the door open even the slightest bit for Aaron Rodgers to do that to him again.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's amazing when you're that good that the game plan is to not let you get the ball back. I mean, incredible. But I mean, we see the weapons that Minnesota has. We have to give them credit for this win. How about, again, 6 times out of their 10 games, the game has come down to the last snap for them, and they're 3-3. They're 500 in them. But look at what Jefferson had over 100 yards in the first quarter. Between him and Thielen and Dalvin Cook, they have weapons on that offensive side of the ball. So it's not shocking that they have leads in these games. It's just head-scratching that they can't hold them all the time. And they can't get that consistent play for 60 minutes, because what happens on the sidelines at times is when you see things start to turn a little bit, that kind of wind goes out of your sail, like, here we go again, because you've seen it before. Not the other way of, oh, we got a lead, let's keep the lead. We know we can. We've lost leads before, so you kind of get that, oh no, what's going to happen this time for us to screw up this game? But kudos to them for hanging on to this one and getting the win on a chippy field goal.
And that's what's stunning about this Vikings team. Last year, the defense, from a talent standpoint, was as bad as it's ever been. And Mike Zimmer, first to admit it, because he's a defensive guy. This year, it was supposed to be better. And look, against Aaron Rodgers, when he's clicking like he was yesterday, and he's firing the ball off of his back foot, and he's extending the play, and the touchdown pass he threw to the tight end in the second quarter was a thing of beauty. But I guess to find a way to outscore him on a day like yesterday is a plus. And if the Vikings can get their defense to kick it in, to step it up, to make some stops, to hold some leads, to get some confidence, and they did it against the Chargers. They had a lead late against the Chargers, and they didn't surrender it. If they can find a way to do that once or twice, and they can steal a spot at the playoff table in the NFC, maybe they could make a little bit of noise, because their offense is good enough. The challenge this year, Mike, is the defense.
Well, listen, I did the game when they were playing against Cooper Rush, when Dak Prescott was out, and they had the lead in that one against a backup quarterback, which they should at home, and they ended up losing that game and getting booed off the field a bit there. So, yeah, they have the offensive firepower. They do need the defense to come along, and be more consistent. We'll see. We'll see.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.